When we think about Ea, yeah, what is it that enables us to breathe, to live, to thrive, that our kupuna likened sovereignty, independence to life and breath itself, that our ability to govern ourselves and determine our own fate politically, economically, was all tied to creating the space and creating the systems that sustained life for our people.
To me, Ea has two meanings, and it's life and independence. We try to bring life to our community while also teaching our community to be independent in the way of like trying to be sustainable in agriculture or like growing their own foods.
To me, Ea is sovereignty. Having Ea and working with ʻAina means to be able to make decisions that are pono for ʻAina through our lenses and carry that out and make sure that that vision holds on for the betterment of the Lahui and for the future generations.
Ea means all of those entities, our winds, all of our akua having a voice, and kind of all of our, first off, not having control on the decisions that we make. So the ability to govern ourselves, but really making decisions based on all of these different entities, these different community members of ours that aren't kānaka. And I think with Ea too, I think of, becoming intimate with our place through kilo and really understanding the cycles of our place, understanding when we can and cannot plant certain things, understanding when the ocean is calm and when we're able to gather resources like pa'akai. Yeah, gather resources like kai that we can make into pa'akai.
To me, Ea has two really defined meanings. It's that independence and sovereignty that we always talk about, and to me that really means independence and sovereignty from other nations and just really being our own lahui. But in that also means to me coming together and being a community where we can live well and healthy lives together, the same way that our kupuna did.
I feel like Ea to me is, it's something, it's like the standard. It's like the thing that you're always pointing to when things feel like it's balanced. I always think of it as like I can't breathe, or like I can't really feel like life at a place where I can really like feel healthy or balanced. And I feel like whenever I feel the most whole and I feel the most productive or the most fulfilled is when I'm closest to Ea. There's a whole lot of trauma that our ʻOhana and our lahui experienced in time, and that has really distanced us from understanding Ea and to know what it feels to live a really balanced life where you're living out reciprocal relationships with everything around you. So you're not just thinking about your own personal health and well-being, but how you affect everything around you. And I think that's why I do art, because it's always helping people to see Ea. And community pieces, I think, allows you to do that together and to really see, hey, this isn't imbalanced, and how do we tip the scale just to bring it back a little bit further away from something that's Ea to something that's a little bit more aligned with Ea. The mural was really about getting people to see that the ulu plant has been a part of the meals that we've been serving people, and that it's that plant that has been feeding and sustaining us through something like this time, like COVID. Early on, we decided to put the ulu leaves and the ulu fruit outline drawings into the meal bundles so that the kids and the ʻOhana could work together to create a piece of art.
So this year for our La Hoʻihoʻi Ea in Hāmākua, one of the programs that we started during this time that came out of the need in our community for food and for access to healthy aipono was our community kitchen food distribution program that we've been running since late March. And this week in particular, we really wanted to engage some of the keiki in our community in this practice of hānai kānaka. So this week what we're doing is we're preparing an imu. We're having our keiki help us in preparing that imu and being part of the process of learning that practice. The real intention of doing this imu is that for us, the imu really encapsulates a lot of what it means to be sovereign. It is a model for Ea, that everything that goes into the imu really comes from our ʻāina. We don't need any external inputs to create an imu.
The different work that we're doing here with huiMAU, helping to feed the communities, being able to grow food that can nourish and sustain the communities within itself is Ea.
Our community feeding project to me speaks Ea because of all the different ways that we feed people, and it might not necessarily always be food. It might be like spiritually or emotionally, and their smiles and they're always so happy or like thankful to be there. So that to me speaks Ea because it shows how our ʻāina and our people can support each other and can really like rise up together.
Ke ea o ka ʻāina is really what will sustain us. It's not, as many of our kumu remind us, it's not ke ea o ke aupuni, it's not ke ea o ka mo'i o ke ali'i, it's ke ea o ka ʻāina. And so really allowing our ʻāina and the ea of our ʻāina to guide us to the future that will be a ponoan for all of us is really at the forefront of what we hope to continue to do and the ways that we hope to continue to fulfill our kuleana as aloha ʻāina of this place.